So I'm not as hard on Anthony Davis this year as I probably would have been on a player in the past because I'm growing up. I'm 27 now. I get it. I'm literally coming out of a work funk. Like literally, and it's been slow. And I only bring that up because it's life, bro. I'm 27. Anthony Davis is like 27, 28. It happens. Anthony Davis was incredible for the Los Angeles Lakers last year. I told y'all he was my MVP of the Lakers. I thought he should have been number 2 in the MVP voting behind Giannis, not LeBron James. I thought that. Now, this year, it ain't been that. Anthony Davis, when he hasn't been hurt, it literally has become one good game for Anthony Davis, 2 to 3 bad games for Anthony Davis. Then he'll have one good to great game, and then he'll say, yo, I'm back. Like, I've literally seen Anthony Davis say, I'm back in 3 different games in Los Angeles this year. And you know what? I bet he has a big game for the Lakers in game 2 against the Suns tonight. And I bet my last dollar, he says, I'm back at some point in that game if he has a good to great game. But if you keep telling me you're back, like, I'm going to have to ask the question, where did you go? Why do you keep leaving so much? Why do you keep coming back? Like, why is it taking you this much to get motivated? Like once every week. Once a week now, you got to come out of a bad stretch. We're not used to that in your career. You know, I'm not as hard on AD, though, as I maybe would have been on a player on my favorite team in years past. Like I said, I'm coming out of a work funk. So for me, my numbers were great. Even in the middle of a pandemic, 2020, I got off to a rough start in 2021. We're trying some new things with the company. I got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I'm getting married. It's a lot going on. So I'm coming out of a work funk right now. So I would be remiss to not acknowledge I get it. Anthony Davis is having a bad year with the Lakers. It's a bad season right now. It's bad. And I think game 1, to me, was like the worst of the bad. Like, it was the pinnacle of it. DeAndre Ayton, in his first ever playoff game, goes 10 of 11 from the field, out rebounds, or pretty much goes tit for tat in the rebound department with Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond. Dominates them on the offensive boards. Are you serious? This young fella? Number 1 pick. Don't get me wrong. Former number 1 pick. He's talented. Don't get me wrong. But Anthony Davis is fresh off a championship. He's in his prime right now. Took half the season off. Like, this should be get money time. Look, I don't know if Anthony Davis will figure it out this year. It might take an offseason of rededicating and refocusing himself. I don't believe this is what Anthony Davis is going to be for the remainder of his career, but you can look at the body language on AD. When he's making big plays, he's not smiling. He's not having fun. He's not laughing. He's not joking with teammates, even after big plays, let alone when he's missing shots. You can see the pressure on every shot he takes. You know, Anthony Davis is always a 45, 50% guy from the field. This dude's going 5 for 18, 5 for 19. On a lot of possessions, he's not even attempting to make his way into the lane. He doesn't get past the free throw line on a lot of possessions. What's the point of having a 7-footer if he's not going to get into the lane? What's the point of having him? Drummond's missing lay-ins, and Davis ain't getting to great spots. If that's the situation, you're going to have to just either bring in Marc Gasol or AD's going to have to play the 5. And I know Davis doesn't want to play the 5, but for me, it's a compromise, right? AD, you're not playing well right now. If you're not going to play well, we don't have the luxury of keeping a center next to you right now. If you're not going to dump down inside and get boards when Drummond's in the game, or if Drummond ain't going to dominate the boards, AD, at least do us a solid and allow you to have more space to operate. At least allow us to bring in another guard or another 3 that could be beneficial to the team as a whole, rather than just having you and Drummond down there getting rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Like, that's to me the trade-off. We know AD doesn't want to play the 5 unless he has to. He'll do it later in games, but he doesn't want to be that. But to me, it's like, yo, as bad as you're playing right now, it can't get any worse. Like, sheesh, you don't want to be the 5. We get that. I think I'm wrong about Drummond. I thought Drummond would be a seamless transition for the Lakers. When you look at what LeBron James wants to do offensively, easy lobs, all that great stuff, and when you look at what AD wants to do, not play the 5, I thought Drummond would be great with the Lakers. So far, I was wrong. But I also was the guy that thought the Lakers should have never gave up Dwight Howard or Rajon Rondo, 2 guys that worked really well with AD. We'll see what happens tonight in game 2. I'm looking forward to it. I think AD's going to have a big game. but I will say this. So we know LeBron James likes to fill out things in game one. We know that. Here's my only concern. In years past, LeBron would fill out game one, but his team would get their butt kicked, and we leave the game thinking, damn, the Lakers shouldn't have won that game. Like, they shouldn't have even been in that game. It was weird in game one against the Suns. I thought the opposite. Chris Paul goes down with the injury, can barely dribble the basketball. His shoulders hurting him so much. Look like he pinched a nerve, if you ask me. They're labeling it a contusion on the right shoulder. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'll be real. The Lakers should have won game one. Like, that wasn't one of the games that you just think about and say, hey, we weren't supposed to win that game. Phoenix was hot. Phoenix didn't have a great game one. They were good. Devin Booker was pretty damn good. But overall as a team, that wasn't a game where the Suns went missing. They're the number 2 seed for a reason. They're going to have a game in this series where Crowder knocks down 5 3-pointers, Mikal Bridges knocks down a few, Saric knocks down a couple, Booker goes 40 and up. And we'll see about – I'll refrain from saying Chris Paul will have a big series because I don't know if he's going to be able to play the remainder of it with that shoulder. I don't think he's going to be able to finish the series the way his shoulder looking. I'm saying to you guys, the Lakers should have – all things considered, LeBron should have stepped up and looked at AD and said, forget it. You ain't going to get it done. I'll get it done game one. He didn't do that. Now the Lakers find themselves in the 0-1 hole. I picked the Lakers to win this one in 5. I don't back off my predictions around here, so we're going to stick with it. It probably will be 6 now. But Anthony Davis is going to have to turn this thing around. I'll say this again for those who've never heard me and then for those in the back over there. The Lakers are at their best, not when LeBron James is dominating a game or a series. No. That Los Angeles Lakers group, is as currently constructed, is when Anthony Davis is getting touches. The point guard makes a conservative effort to give him the rock. I don't know if Schroeder can be that guy. It seems like there's more chemistry with Dennis Schroeder and Anthony Davis when they're on Call of Duty than it does when they're playing professional basketball, like their actual, like, real jobs. We shall see. But that Lakers team is better when Anthony Davis is the focus, not LeBron James. It's great when AD's got it going and LeBron's got it going as well. But championship number 2, back-to-back seasons with LA, you need a great Anthony Davis. And so far this year, pretty much you ain't got that.